I'm Claire Suddeth for Time.com, and I'm here with John Krasinski from NBC's The Office, and he has a new film called Away We Go, which comes out June 5th. John, thanks so much for doing this.
Absolutely.
You've said in other interviews that before acting, you wanted to be a history teacher, and you're also interested in literature.
Mm-hmm.
What prompted you to try acting?
I was insane enough to think that I was going to play basketball in college. And when I got to college, I came in a semester late because I was accepted mid-year. And went up to the gym, saw that they were both too tall for me and too good for me to play, and had a reality check. And literally, as I was walking across campus back to my dorm that day, I ripped off a little flyer that said, audition for this sketch comedy group. And I thought, that'll be a good way to spend my time. And it ended up being like one of the greatest things I've ever done.
Do you actually make the trademark expression that Jim gives the camera in real life, or did you make it up for the show?
Annie, good question. Do you know what I mean? That's my answer. No, I don't think I look to camera in real life. I mean, I'm trying to look back and think that, like, if at restaurants when someone's like, is everything okay? And I'm like, it's one of those things I think that you wish you could do in real life. When you're listening to someone talk, not you, that you could just look to a camera and just be like, is this really happening? So I think that I totally could understand where they were coming from when they told me to do that stuff. But no, it was all the show.
I'm sure you get compared to your TV character all the time, but Carla Good in Rockland, California wants to know, how are you least like Jim Halpert?
How am I least like Jim Halpert? That's a pretty good question. Nice. Boy, I hope I'm more ambitious than he is and not content. I think that the thing about the character of Jim is that he's very rarely willing to take chances. Like when on the show he said he wanted to travel to Australia or something like that, but he never does any of those things. And so I hope that I'm the type of guy who, when I have a big idea or big aspiration, that I at least try to go do it, at least give it a shot.
Val Matches in Schaumburg, Illinois wants to know, what made you agree to do Away We Go?
What made me agree to do Away We Go? I love that there would be anything to agree to.
What drew you to the project?
Everything. It was winning the lottery 10 times over. None of this makes sense to me still, but I got a call one day from Sam Mendes who said, I have just read the script and I am only thinking of you for the part. And I know everybody reading this or seeing this is like, the dude from The Office got a call from Sam Mendes? I know, it's insane. I still can't believe it either. So it's one of those things where it was the greatest opportunity and this huge opportunity that I was truly given.
Do you plan on taking more dramatic roles, or do you prefer comedy?
I would love to do more dramatic roles, and not to say that I'm moving away from comedy in any way, because I'd love to do both. I mean, a good part's a good part, and I think I've learned that from everyone that I've been a fan of, from Jimmy Stewart to Tom Hanks to even George Clooney. You can play serious moments and funny moments with just a well-written role, and I think that Away We Go is a great example of that. I think that I had so much fun playing all these weird, odd moments, but at the same time, at the end of the movie, I have to be a guy who's really scared to have a baby, and I think that the reality of a character is always the fun thing to play, whether it's funny or dramatic. So as long as I'm given more opportunities to play real moments, I guess they can be either comedic or dramatic.
Molly Corderis in New York City says, I can't stop using the "that's what she said" joke with my friends, made famous by The Office.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the same problem, or is it only hard for me?
We have the exact same problem. And let me tell you something, Molly. It is way more pathetic that we have that problem than you having that problem. There are moments where there are some of the best usage of "that's what she said" ever that I really think we should start, and you can start at Time Magazine, a little part of a website that's like the best "that's what she said" usages, because we love hearing them. It's usually at Crafty or something when you're asking about food, and your imaginations can go wherever you want, but when you're talking about taking things and doing things, and someone just while getting soup says "that's what she said," usually soup is spilled, there's tears of laughter. So yeah, we love using it.
Where do you see your career going from here?
Wow, that's such an existential question. I hope that I still get the opportunity to work on some incredible movies and do great roles and work with fun people that I've always wanted to work with. I mean, when I look back on the people that I've worked with, it's kind of completely insane. So if anybody's looking at the resume being like, really, he worked with those people? I don't get it either. But I mean, first and foremost is the show. I mean, having the opportunity to do these movies is fantastic, but then having the office be my day job that I go back to is completely and totally ridiculous and really, really fun. So it's one of those things that, like, now that you've won the lottery, how are you going to do it again? I don't know. So as long as I keep buying winning tickets, I guess that's a real treat.